Hi, I'm Robert Clayton and this is How to Build a Blog in Rails Part 3. Previous video we created a new article and now we need to save it to a database and read it and display it on the page. Right, great. So we've got a new article and it creates a new article. So now we need a model. We need to be able to save this to a database. In order to save it to a database, we need a model to handle all this database interaction. And this is done very simply. This is all done through terminal again. So we're going to do bin Rails, and we're going to do G for generate. We're going to do model, and we're going to want to call the model article again. And we're going to give it the property of title, which is going to be a string. And we're going to give it a property of text, which is going to be text. String has a character limit, which means it's fine for a title, but text, we don't want to be subjected to that character limit because obviously we might want to write long articles. So that's fine. We're going to go bin Rails, generate model, article, title string, and text as text. Enter. Done, nice and quickly, and you can see in here it's created a new model for us, article. Great. And if you go down into the database here, so DB, just close some of these up. So in the DB folder, it's added a migrate file. So that's got a timestamp, so 2018, 02 for February, 03 for the 3rd of February, and then the time. So you can see it's almost midnight here. Great, and it's given us a string called title and a text called text and the timestamp as well. Now, what this means is that it sets this up to be migrated to the database, and the timestamp is there to make sure it's all done in order. So we want this to be done first, and this will always be done. So as we add more as more migrations are added, it does them in the order we've created them. So simple again, we go over to the terminal, and we're going to go bin Rails again, and DB for database, migrate. And we just hit enter. Now what this is doing, this is saving this all over to the database. And as we don't have string and text so far, it's creating those columns in the database as well as the timestamp column, and it's done. Great. Now we've made another significant change. We need to also commit this. We generated a new model. Also called article model, and migrated to the database. And let's push this up again. Great. Okay. Now we are currently, when we're creating a new article, it's just at the moment just spitting back out to us what we put in. We actually want to be able to save this. So let's go back to our articles controller. Rather than just spitting out the same thing to us, we actually want to take these parameters and do something with them. So let's just comment that out. We want to define a new instance variable. So let's call it article, as that is what it is, and it's going to be article, and we're going to do article.new, and we want to pass into this article.new the parameters that we're currently getting, just like that. And then we want to save this to the database, article, and it's going to be .save. Since there's a new instance of article, which relates to the model, and then we want to redirect to article. Right, so let's kick up the server one more time. Bin Rails S. Go back to the web. Let's go to articles /new. And let's create our third one. Let's save it. Great. Forbidden attributes error. Now, this is a safety feature in Rails. This is deliberate. It's called strong parameters. And what that means is we only want the parameters being sent through which we specify. This stops someone putting some malicious code into the text here. So like writing some sort of JavaScript or something which could infect us and have some very negative effects. So we need to specify what we want these to be, which is fine. So what we need it's easier to do this in a private. We're basically preempting the fact that we want to dry out the code, we want to keep it clean. And because if we're creating it, if we want to update, we're going to need the same parameters, etc, etc. So rather than putting in the ones we need for every single one, we want to define what parameters are allowed for the entire, for an article, for each action we want to do, rather than saying for create we want to allow these, for update we want to allow these. It just makes our life a bit easier. So let's create a new thing and let's call it article params. And let's close that out. Right, so what we want to do here, we want to do params dot require article, and for article we want to permit, at the moment we just have title and text, but if we add more to this, like ID or anything like that, we will also need to add it into here or we'll get the same error. So rather than params being called here, we're basically doing the job here. So we're adding, so I mean this could all go here. So in params require article, like saying params article, and then we want to permit from this just title and text. But as we're trying the code out, and it's also safer to put this in a private function as well to make sure no one can edit it as well for exactly the same reasons. Let's get rid of this line 6. Right, we're going to save that back to the internet. Is our server running? Yes, our server's running. So let's go to our fourth, or 4, that's fine, subtext. And we're going to hit enter, submit that. Well, hey. Okay, the action show could not be found. So we have made a new one. We have it's then sent it to the create, which then has saved it to the database now. We're now having the problem that we can't see it. So this is all part of the CRUD. This is the create, read, update, and delete. At the moment, we can't read it. We can create it, and now we need to be able to read it. We need to be able to see it. So we've made another big change. So let's save this. And let's do a git add everything, git commit, and it now saves created article to database. And let's push it up. Right, so now we just need one more thing, which I'm guessing you can guess what it is. So we need the action show, which we don't have. So back to Atom, back to our articles controller as we are here, and we need a show. So right at the top, def show, end. Now it's not going to be as simple as that, but let's see what happens. Oh, I've killed the server to submit it to GitHub. Okay, we're running. Now, same thing as before, a 204 error, no content. So we need to tell it what we would like to see. So we want to see article, don't we? So we got our instance variable again, and we're going to that's going to equal article dot find. And what do we want to find? We want to find the params with the ID of whatever we're passing through. So if you can see here, we're looking for article 1. So we're looking for an article with an ID of 1. So if we save that and go back, what does it say? It says the same thing. So this comes down to, again, the view. We haven't made a view for this article yet. We haven't made a view for show. So we're going to do the same thing as we've done with the other ones. We're going to go to our views here. Going to go to article. So now we've done our new. So we need an article and we need it to be called show. So let's create a new file in apps, views, articles, and same thing, show. We're going to get HTML, and we want embedded Ruby in that HTML, please. Wonderful. So let's again open up our Ruby. We want an equals, and we want at articles, at article I should say, dot title. We want to see the article title, and we're going to close that like that, and let's just copy that line and paste another one, and this time we want to see the text. And yep, very simply, let's just do that. We'll reformat it in 1 second. For some text, and let's just separate that in a different line. Let's just wrap that in a P, or we could just say here, you know, like just do it, do H1 title. You might want to change that, but just so you can see. And let's just add a break. Or we can wrap it in. We can wrap this one in a P. That'll work there. And let's just close that. Cool. Right. And let's get yep. And let's just bring this down to a 3 or something. And let's just add a break in there. And 1's pretty big. Let's bring it down to 2. Okay. Okay, title and text, some text. There we go. So we have an article showing. So we made another significant change. So let's get rid of that and let's do git add everything, git commit everything, flag m, and we're going to say added action show to article controller. Yeah, we did that, and view for show. Cool. Now we're going to git push that. Hi, thanks very much for watching. So we've managed to create and we managed to read an article, and next step we're going to display it on the home page with all of the articles, and then we'll get on to being able to update and also delete them. Right, thanks for watching.